Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's kameakamai, and today I just wanted to share with you all my experience attending a Christian school.
Zebra wagon, dragging my chinchilla sagging. They keep yakking, ducks is quacking. Yeah, don't stop my girl from stacking. So many dudes in here, look at the dudes in here. Slacks and gator shoes in here. Oh, I wanna get.
Alright, so I just wanted to clarify that the purpose of me making this video is to not bash any institution, but to just share my experience for anybody that didn't attend a Christian school and is just interested, or anybody that plans to attend a Christian school and wants to do their research. This specific Christian school that I attended since I was 3 years old is a Baptist Christian school, so many people may have a different experience as mine because there are Catholic Christian schools, Anglican Christian schools, non-denominational, Jehovah Witness, Seventh-day Adventist, and even with the only other Baptist school on this island, we don't share the same principles and we don't have the same experiences. So I just wanted to clarify that and put that out there. Okay, so first I wanted to touch bases with my experience in kindergarten. We learned our alphabets, of course, along with any other kindergarten, but along with learning our alphabets, we had to associate a letter with a Bible verse. So we'd have the T verse, we'd have the B verse, we'd have the C verse. Honestly, I don't remember which Bible verses they were. So please don't ask. I really don't remember. I just remember we had a T verse and we had an A verse, we had a B verse, we had a C verse, a Z verse, stuff like that. We had devotion every morning, and with our devotions entailed us pledging to our country's flag. We had to pledge to a Christian flag, and we had to pledge to the Bible every morning. And we also had to sing songs, and of course, those songs were Christian songs, the little kids' Christian songs that we all know. And along with being in kindergarten, we often heard Bible stories. We learn about Adam and Eve. We'd heard a story of Samson. We'd heard the stories of Jesus Christ, of course, and how he was born, how he died on the cross, the stories of Noah, etc., etc. I honestly could really just go on and on. We learned all of those stories. Now let's get on to my experiences in grade 1 to 12, which is a little bit more complex. So along with what I said previously, we didn't have any alphabets associated with the Bible verse anymore, but we'd still do our devotions, pledging to our country's flag, the Christian flag, the Bible, and learning more Bible stories. But I guess we learned it more in a more mature way. And we still often hear about these Bible stories that were once previously mentioned. Along with that, we attended chapel once a week, and chapel is more of a church service combined with a regular school assembly. Like we'd hear announcements about our school. It was divided from grade 1 to 3 had their own chapel, grade 4 to 6 had their own chapel, and then grade 7 to 12 we'd all have chapel together. And with our school assembly or our chapel, we basically had to pledge to the Christian flag, the Bible, and our country's flag together. Praise and worship where we just sang worship songs together. It passed around offering, yes, offering to the students. They'd announce announcements around the school, like when we had report card day, if we had any games upcoming this week, if we won any games, stuff like that, just regular school announcements. And of course, we'd have someone preach because most of our teachers were preachers. Only the men preach at our school, though. I guess that's what Baptists really believe in. They really believe in men being in power, men being leaders. We never really had a woman preach, as I can remember in grade 7 to 12. Yeah, majority of our teachers were pastors, if I can remember correctly. And also, we had to learn Bible verses weekly. So I guess each grade will have to recite their Bible verse. And if we didn't say it correctly, we'd have to write it multiple times and then we'd have to show our teachers. And like any other school, we had to take regular classes. I took math, I took English, I took literature, I took home economics, I took electives, I took biology. But along with that, I had to take a religious knowledge class. And even with taking biology, as I can remember at this Christian school, and when it came down to things like Charles Darwin and evolution theory, we were taught that that was not true and it's just a theory. It never happened, and that was against God's word. Basically, in religious knowledge, it was basically like how we learned Bible stories in kindergarten, but we was just tested on it with tests and quizzes and exams. We were also tested on the Bible verse we were assigned weekly, and we just get tested on Bible knowledge really. And next thing, we had to pray before meals. We had to pray early in the mornings after we did our devotions. We had to pray before dismissal and before every class. Like if we was about to go out for lunch, we had to pray. If we had a next class, we had to pray. Early in the morning, we have to pray. Before we leave the campus, we have to pray. And let me tell you, anytime that someone got a detention, right? In detention, we had to write essays associated with a Bible verse. So in my school, we only had after school detention. That'd be from like 3:30 to 4:30. So that was basically just an hour. But that required us to write an essay. Like we were assigned to write an essay, and then they give us a Bible verse which we had to write on. Christian clubs, and I must say, our school was very Christ centered. When I graduated, we had a senior week, and we started out our senior week on Sunday, which we all attended church with together. So now let's get into the very interesting part, rules and regulations. Mini story time, right? I was in grade 12 at the time, and it was these two boys. They were in grade 10. They were in the same homeroom, right? This boy walked up to him, and he was just like, "Oh, I have a crush on you." Basically, confessed his crush for him, I guess. And the boy was just like, "I'm straight. I don't go that way." And of course, the gay one, he was upset, and he walked into the classroom. All the girls asked him what was wrong. He basically explained the situation. And being that this class was female dominated, I think there were only 4 boys in that specific homeroom, and they locked the straight one out of the class. And he felt really isolated. He felt that nobody was talking to him. He just got locked out of his homeroom. Even during other classes they had together, nobody would associate with him. And he reported it to our guidance counselor, and he told him what happened. And being that you cannot be gay and attend our school, right? They allowed this boy to fix it. And the gay one, he had to do conversion therapy, right? And unfortunately, they didn't think that it was working. They still got more reports that this boy was still actively being gay and showing signs of being gay on campus. So unfortunately, he got expelled. Another rule, you are not allowed to have tattoos. That's why I got my first tattoo when I graduated. You are not allowed to have more than one person. Like, I think you were allowed to have more than one person, but I guess like you wouldn't be allowed to have a nose person, and those industrials, you would have to hide them or have to take the earring out, which was unfortunate because when does it have time to heal? Not permitted to curse. I remember this one time I said a Jamaican curse word and I got 10 demerits, so that means I had to go to detention. You were not allowed to wear weave or extensions. We were only allowed to wear our natural hair. Girls were not allowed to wear pants. So I believe this is an experience that only some Baptist people practice, because there is another Baptist school on this island, but they allow and they permit their girls to wear pants, but ours did not. Which was kind of weird because when we had dress up days, we weren't allowed to wear pants, but we were allowed to wear pants during PE. But one of our teachers did say that they were planning to implement our girls to wear tennis skirts in the future. I don't know. Our school skirts had to be below our knee, and oh my gosh, I really hated this rule. Oh, because I'm really short, so I believe that wearing long skirts look really awkward on me. So I tried my hardest to wear it above my knee, on top of my knee, anything. I just really hated this rule. A lot of other people used to make fun of our school for this. They'd be like, they have us dressing like nuns. And lastly, you were not permitted to date, kiss, etc. Like I remember this one time, my friend, she kissed her boyfriend. They suspended her for a whole day. They do this with their male friends, and they were not allowed to do that. But anyways, that was my experience attending a Christian school. I really hope you all enjoyed the video. Please give it a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in my next video.
Yeah, listen. This way to God is